Mic check 1 2 1 2. It is Friday night, so you know what that means. It's Friday night game night. And ordinarily on a Friday night, we typically look for like the more uh, old school consoles to try and play. Usually a Friday night will be reserved for something like a Genesis. We might attack some Genesis on a Friday night. Maybe we might do a little Super Nintendo on a Friday night. But tonight, I can't lie, Y2K crew. I'm feeling lazy. And so when it's been a long week and I don't necessarily want to sit in front of a TV screen, I typically default to one of my handhelds. And tonight feels like a Game Boy Advance night. It just feels like a night where I need to just dive into one of my favorite handhelds. And so I'm pulling out a selection of games here now, and I guess I'll take you all along for that. But a few things coming up this weekend. So this weekend I am going to be a little tied up. I do have some plans to attack the gym. I have not stopped on my weight loss journey. I know I don't talk about it as much because those videos just, for whatever reason, YouTube doesn't like to push those videos out. I don't know what the deal is. But for those of you who are interested and for those of you who have followed, I have gotten under 204 pounds. I think the lowest I've gotten down to is 203.1. So my goal at this stage of the game is to get under 200 by the end of March. If I can get under 200 by the end of March, that'd be huge. Like if I can get down to like 198, and then really from there, I really only have like about 3 pounds to go, because if I get down to like 190, that's like college weight. That's like, that's an undergraduate weight for me. So I'm still pushing towards 195. I think 195 would be a great look on me. My clothes will be perfect. It'll really be my ideal weight. Getting down to 185 would just mean that I'm shredded. Like I would just be a shredded beast. So, but I do have some Switch games that are helping me get back into shape. Most of you know what those are. Those are the Fist of the North Star Boxing. If you haven't heard of that game, check that out. Fist of the North Star Boxing. It will kick your butt and get you in shape in no time. So that's a good one. And then another good one is going to be the, what is it? It is the Ring Fit. Do not sleep on Ring Fit. Ring Fit is a great, great game. So I've got my Game Boy Advance, and now let's take a look and see what game options we have on a Friday night. I don't think I'm going to go through the entire collection. I'm not really feeling like Kirby tonight, so I don't think I'm going to do any Kirby. Double Dragon is fun, but not really in the mood for that. I think I see one that I might attack. So Metroid Fusion. Now this is one I could see myself diving into, so we're going to go ahead and set that one to the side. Do love me some Metroid Fusion. Let's see what we got here. Some ghosts, some ghouls and ghosts. Now that's another potential. Here's a good one. So don't sleep on this. The Teenage TMNT. I know this game came out on a few systems. I know it was out on, I think, GameCube, PS2, I think Xbox. The version that they have for the Game Boy Advance, believe it or not, it plays a lot like Shredder's Revenge. This TMNT game plays a lot like the one that recently released on the Switch. This is a very good side-scrolling 2D beat 'em up on the Game Boy Advance. Don't sleep on this. This is a good one. So I'm going to set this one to the side as well. Let's see what we got. Castlevania. You can't go wrong with some Castlevania. Is this Aria of Sorrow? It sure is. So we'll set that one to the side. We've got Astro Boy. Now, Astro Boy is a ton of fun. This is like a adrenaline rush, but the thing is Astro Boy can get a little bit repetitive, so we're gonna hold off on that. Won't dive into that one. Let's see, what are the options? Gunstar Heroes. Ooh, that's a good one. Dragon Ball. Now I already beat Dragon Ball Advanced Adventure. I beat it, so I don't know if I feel like beating it again. Not really in the mood for Circle of Moon. So let's see. From this selection, I mean, you guys tell me. Let me know down in the comments what's looking good so far. We got a couple Castlevania games, Double Dragon, Kirby. We're not really getting into, but so far, I think the runaway leader is probably going to be Metroid. Definitely feeling like jumping into that tonight. And perhaps Gunstar. We'll set that one to the side. Aria of Sorrow is just a little too deep for me. I don't know if I can get that deep into the weeds tonight. I need something fast and fun. So we're not going to dive into those. We already looked at Astro Boy. We looked at Dragon Ball Adventure. Let's see what we got here. Shaman King. Not really in the mood for that tonight. The more I'm looking at this Astro Boy, it is looking a little bit more fun. So we're going to set that to the side. Now, Kirby's a pretty game, but Kirby might be a little too slow for me tonight. I need some action. I think if I play a game that's too slow, I'm going to fall asleep within seconds. Metroid Zero Mission. Now, this is a good one. I got to set that one to the side as well. Let's see. What else do we got here? What other options do we have? Ooh, okay. Now we're getting to it. Don't really feel like playing Jazz the Jackrabbit. This is more of a cutesy one, so we'll set that one off to the side. But Metal Slug, can never go wrong with Metal Slug. So we're going to set that one off to the side. Final Fight 1. I feel like I recently spoke about Final Fight. I think I did a video yesterday talking about like shovelware. And I think I mentioned Final Fight. And people were in my comments like, this dude doesn't understand shovelware. He doesn't know what shovelware is. Oh, man, how dare you call this game shovelware? I mean, look, shovelware is going to be different to everyone, right? Like, you have games that are really expensive that some people might consider shovelware just because they're not fun. Not every game that's expensive is fun, and not every game that's cheap is fun, and vice versa, right? But I don't want to go off on a tangent. Look, Final Fight 1 is pretty much like, this is like the Game Boy version of Final Fight Guy or Final Fight CD. But with all that being said, I don't feel like playing that tonight. Let's see what else we got. Nightmare Before Christmas, not really into that. Shaman King. I remember when I was in undergrad, this might have been maybe my sophomore year, either my sophomore or junior year. I played this game every night until I beat it. I think I had gotten it as a gift or something like that, and I played the heck out of this game. So this is a good one. Shaman King. Not really feeling like diving into that tonight. What else do we got? Wario Land 4. Ooh, Contra 4. Or Contra Advance, rather. Might have to set that one off to the side. Little Phalanx. Now, I like the Game Boy Advance version of Phalanx because this actually looks like a shooter. For any of you who know what the cover of the Phalanx for the Super Nintendo looks like, you would never know that it's a shoot 'em up because it has this old-looking guy with a banjo on it. I never understood why they didn't just make this the original label. But not really feeling like Phalanx tonight, so we're going to set that one off to the side. What other options do we have? Oh, Klonoa 2. Now, this might give me some sweet dreams, but don't really know if I feel like diving into that, so we'll set that to the side. Blender Bros, another fun one. Okay, R-Type 3. Now, this is a strong potential, so we're going to set that one off to the side. Okay, and Gradius Galaxies. It's a good shoot 'em up, but if I have to choose between shoot 'em ups, R-Type 3 or Gradius, I'm going to go R-Type 3. All right, so we're gonna put all these back. Some really good runner-ups here, but I think we're just going to stick with what we've got. And as you can see, I don't have a huge Game Boy Advance collection. I actually had way more Game Boy Advance games. I had a whole bag of these things. But when I was doing some clearing out, I think the Game Boy Advance was probably one of the earlier systems that I sold off, or earlier games that I sold off. So now let's look at what our options are for tonight. So looking at our options, and it's funny, I talked about investments one day and someone said, maybe you should invest in some lotion. My hands are typically just dry because I wash them like 100 times a day. I'm just like OCD. And if I were to put lotion on after every time I wash my hands, I'd run through bottles of lotion like there's no tomorrow. But so just know that if they look dry and ashy, it's because they've been washed recently. So it is what it is. Que sera, sera. But let's see what we've got here. So we've got a few options tonight on a Friday night. And if you're looking for action-packed adventure and action-packed fun, this is what we're looking like. So first up, we've got Astro Boy, the Omega Factor, Metroid Zero Mission, Metal Slug, Gunstar Heroes, and Metroid Fusion. Y'all let me know down in the comments which one of these games is the best Friday night handheld banger. Why does that not sound good? But anyway, let me know which one of these games is probably going to be the best would be the best for you, or you would like to play. I'm thinking I might have to go Metal Slug mode tonight. The Metroids look great, but you know, Metroid can get frustrating because there's backtracking and you got to figure stuff out. I don't want to figure anything out tonight. I just want to run, shoot, blast. That's all I want to do. So I think I'm going to tuck these ones away. Let me just get that out of here. Oh, all right. So we got that. So now we're down to our final four. So here goes the final four for tonight. And maybe I'll just give all of these a run. But we've got Gunstar Heroes, Contra 4, and R-Type 3. These are the options that we're rolling with tonight. These are the final four. Let me know down in the comments which of these four makes for the best weekend action-packed handheld game. I'm interested to know your thoughts. I'm probably just going to give all of these a run tonight because I've got a little bit of energy left and I feel like running and gunning. Let me know down in the comments. Hopefully you're having a great Friday night and you have a great weekend. It's the Y2K Collector. Take it easy.